Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is Monday, December 29th. We have a very nice slate of games today for Fanduel to break down for you guys. So, as normal, if you guys are excited about it, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that subscribe button. Still, about 50% of you guys are not subscribed. So, if you guys could help us out, help yourself out, and hit that subscribe button for more NBA Fanduel, DraftKings, and Price Picks lineup advice videos for you guys. So, once again, premium was pretty good. Even on the four gamer last night, scored a 358.8. Two separate entries at $95 each. So definitely, I mean, one $95 each on each one. So not too bad. Like I said, scored a 358.8. Had McCollum, Johnson, Harden, Middleton, Leonard, Denny Avila, Santi Aldama, Kamara, and Keita. So went a little bit different with this one. Projections were liking Akeda a little bit. I was a little hesitant just because what I told you guys in the video, but this was the cash lineup. So Keda's ownership was projected high, so that's why we had him in there. But still, definitely not too bad. Um, like I said, I wish McCollum would have done a little bit more, but yeah, Kawhi Leonard absolutely popped off the 92.2. Denny Avila was solid. Everybody did pretty good for the most part. So we'd love for you guys to come join us for a main slate day pass. Only $6 includes two lineups for the day pass. Or you guys can join us for a $30 monthly pass as well. You get two lineups per day, about 10 to 15 minutes before lock. They will be sent to you, and you guys can play them wherever, and they will be labeled GPP and cash. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, check us out on our Twitter. That will be in the comment section below. Click that link right there, and it will take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow and message us while you guys are there, and we'll get you guys all set up on today's slate. And also, like I said, if you don't have Twitter, no worries. We also have our email that will be in the comment section below. Copy that email, send us an email, and we'll get you guys all set up. And like I said, if you guys don't have Twitter, no worries. We can send lineups right to your guys' email. All right, we're gonna probably go past some of these as fast as we can because some of them are just blowouts. So we'll get into it here. We got Phoenix and Wizards at 232, 10.5. This is kind of the first blowout that we're going to be talking about. Some key things to look at. Mark Williams is out with a suspension. Ozo comes into play at 4,300. Keyshawn George is going to be out again. Grayson Allen as well. So Colin Gillespie's in a good spot at 6,700. Price is coming up, but still in a good spot. Don't mind looking at Royce O'Neal at 5,100. I know he's really not the greatest overall, but with Mark Williams being out, that's a couple more rebounds, and he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. So don't mind looking at Royce O'Neal either. And you can look at Alex Sarr. It is a back-to-back, but he's been popping off. Still not playing big minutes, but it is a back-to-back, so keep an eye on that one. But for the most part, like I said, Gillespie, Royce O'Neal, and Ozo are kind of the main guys, and a little bit of Booker if you wanted to. But I like the cheaper guys from Phoenix. All right, Milwaukee and Charlotte, 227, 3.5. So this is actually one of the better games. This could be a spot where Giannis is finally in play again. But you got to remember that his minutes are still limited, but I think he can still get you about 49 to 50 in this one. So don't mind looking at Giannis. Kevin Porter's price came down just a little bit. Yeah, his usage rate definitely dropped too. Let's see how Ryan Rollins is doing. He's not doing too bad. I think he's playing off the bench still. But I think this is a better spot for Ryan Rollins than Kevin Porter. Colin Knuckle is out. I don't really think it affects too much. I think Bridges and Paul are still obviously in pretty good spots. We got Diabate down here at 5,400. Not the greatest spot on paper for him, but like I said, he's really the only center down there. So I still think he's worth a look at 5,400. You can go look at Saloon if you want to. Been playing a little bit more minutes, and a guy that can get you 23, 24 at only 3,900. That's one guy that I would look at as well. All right, Denver and Miami is the next one we're going to move on to here. We have a 245 and a 2.5 by Denver Nuggets. So yeah, I mean, what can you say about this one? Should be a good one. Denver just played Orlando, and I think they lost that game. They were up by a ton, but they lost that one, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, Jokic is all right if you need to go up to that much. Bam's finally playing, so we'll see how he does with the back issue. That does affect Ware a little bit, but Ware should still be starting in this one since Tyler Hero is out. So you can still give Ware and Bam a look. Wiggins is still cheap at 63. Jaime Jaquez at 61, still very cheap. Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell. I mean, I know I'm naming a lot of these Miami guys, but they're in they're all in a pretty good spot with a 240 plus total. Golden State, Brooklyn, really not going to mess with this game. I'm not going to look into it much. I think, if anything, Claxton and Porter could be an all right option. But I just don't have a lot from Golden State. They just played overtime game last night, so I wouldn't be surprised if they, you know, bench their guys or some of these guys get hurt. I don't know. I just don't like messing with Golden State on back-to-backs. Orlando and Toronto. A little bit better of a game here. We have a 219, 1.5. I think that total's a little low, but I think this should be a pretty solid game overall. I think it's kind of funny. I picked Harrison Barnes the game before when he just absolutely sucked against an easy matchup, and then of course against Golden State he pops off. So it is a back-to-back here for the Toronto Raptors, so keep that one in mind. I don't have a ton from Toronto in this game. I think they're all priced right where they should be. On the Orlando side, you can look at Black and Bane, but like I said, they're also priced right where they should be. Same thing with Paulo. So if anyone, I would probably look at Wendell Carter at 61. I think he's a little underpriced, and Sandro if everyone continues being out. All right, Minnesota and Chicago in this one. We have a 241, 6.5 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Once again, one of these games I don't mind. More of a Minnesota side on this one. Dante comes into play at only 63. Edwards is all right at 98 if you want to pay up for him. Solid spot here for McDaniels, only 6,400. Solid cash game play, 28 to 30 fantasy points. And then you got Randall still sitting here at 77. Another, like I said, another good play to get you about 38 to 40, 41. And once again, you can look at Rudy. Bulls are pretty soft down there, and Rudy's not doing too bad. I will say, with Edwards coming back, it might hurt his usage rate just a little bit, but I still think Rudy's going to be in place. So, Rudy, Randall, Dante, and Edwards are the main guys I'm really looking at in that one. All right, New York and New Orleans. Kind of a rare matchup, I feel like. I don't feel like I see this matchup often. We have a 246, 8.5 by New York. Miles McBride is back in this one. It looks like Josh Hart's going to continue being out. So I don't know. If Miles McBride starts, I think he's worth a look at 4,600. He's been out for a long time, so I don't know if he's on a minute restriction or not. But if he starts, I think he's worth a consideration, especially if Tyler Collett can't play. I think that helps out McBride a little bit. With Hart being out again, I'm going to go back to the OG Anunoby. Had 10 rebounds last time. Mitchell Robertson's out again, so not a bad spot for OG. And once again, another not too bad of a spot here for Karl Anthony Towns as well. At only 8,900 with a guy with 50-point upside. New Orleans side, I really don't have a ton. I mean, you can look at Queen. You can look at Zion. I just don't really have a ton really going on from that New Orleans side. Maybe Poole and some GPPs with Alvarado being out, but that's mostly it. Atlanta, OKC, this one's going to be interesting. We got Trae Young questionable, and we do have Jalen Johnson out in this one with an illness, taking on one of the best defenses in the league. So usually it's like, oh, look, we have all this value. Well, it's not easy value. You got Mohamed Gay. I think he's an all right spot at 3,900 if he starts, and only if he starts. But like I said, you're going up against OKC, so I don't know how much you really want against these dudes. So Dort's all right at 4,200. I think maybe Krejcik gets a little bit more run at only 4,000. I don't mind him. I mean, he's probably going to play 25, 30 minutes, and it might get you only 22, 23, but he's $4,000. So that's one guy I don't mind looking at. But for the most part, really kind of fading that OKC side, besides maybe some of the cheaper guys. All right, Indiana and Houston. We have a 219, 15.5 spread in this one. Sengun is questionable, 15.5, so I would expect him to play in this game. But we'll have to see how it goes. If he doesn't play, Steven Adams once again comes into play. Eason's all right, but still on a minute restriction. And these guys are kind of all priced where they should be. So the only guy I really would consider from Indiana would be Nembhard. He's an all right cash game play, but like I said, it's supposed to be an absolute blowout, so I don't really have a ton. I mean, if like I said, if McCollum, all those guys continue being out, like Ethan Thompson, I guess he didn't play too much. It was Quentin Jackson. I think, yeah, none of them are getting minutes. So I just, yeah, can't really mess with it. Aaron Nesmith is back, so that's probably what's affecting a couple of those guys. So, I mean, Eamon Thompson's already at 8-3, but it's just a massive blowout, so I don't want a ton of exposure to it. Cleveland, San Antonio, last one of the night. The Portland game's not on the main slate. We have a 243, 2.5 by San Antonio Spurs, so this is going to be probably one of the ones you're going to want to stack, a 243 total. San Antonio has been playing a lot faster. Fox is still questionable, so guys like Mitchell and Darius Garland definitely coming to play. If Fox is out, Stephon Castle is one of the main guys. Devin Vassell, Dylan Harper, once again. I really don't mind looking at a couple of those guys. If Victor starts again, you got to look at Keldon. I put him in the GPP lineups, and Keldon popped off the bench. So I don't know if he's going to do it again, but it looks like he does better when Victor starts. So I'll have to see. Speaking of Victor, I think this is going to be the first night where he's going to be worth a look, a consideration. He's going to play about 29 to 30 minutes in this one. Is what probably about 28 to 29, more around that range. But still, Victor's got to be worth a look at 11-3 in this one, especially if Fox is out. And yeah, like I said, that just opens up for Vessel and guys like Harper. So and Justin Champagnie as well, a little bit off the bench. And then over on that Cleveland side, Mobley's still half decent. Allen's all right. Hunter could be in a GPP spot here. And like I said, Mitchell and Garland are going to be your main guys to look at. So should be a really good slate. I'm really looking forward to it. Come join us for our main slate. Only a $6 main slate pass. That includes 2 lineups. Or come join us for our $30 monthly pass for main slate. We do have a separate package, which is our Express and our After Hours. Both of those are combined into one for only $25 per month. So you get 4 lineups per day, 2 for After Hours, and 2 for Express for $25 per month. Like I said, that is a separate pass from the main slate. So if you're interested in either one, the main slate for $30 monthly pass or the Express After Hours combo for $25, let me know. Or if you guys want to join us for like I said, for a day pass for the main slate, let us know as well. All right, Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link. It will take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow while you guys are there. And like I said, if you don't have Twitter, no worries. We can message you through email. Just message us. We'll get you guys all set up. And like I said, we can message the lineups as well through email. So no worries about getting a Twitter. All right, thanks for watching. There is going to be no lineups for Tuesday. I don't know if there's going to be a video or not. I do have some things planned with my girlfriend. So it's going to be a really fun time. So going to be no videos. No lineups at least for Tuesday, and I'll let you guys know if there's going to be at least a video or not in the morning. So, all right, once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.